Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood. Since Mother's Day is coming up this weekend, at least in the US, I thought what better topic to cover than, well, Mother's Day. But as always, before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. We all know Mother's Day as a time to buy cards, flowers, and chocolates for the women who raised us, but would you believe the woman who founded Mother's Day actually despised those practices so much she spent the last years of her life actively campaigning to have it abolished? What do you think? Could the very person who dedicated her life to creating a day for mothers really have tried to destroy it? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is matriarch. That's M-A-T-R-I-A-R-C-H. A matriarch is a woman who acts as the head of a family, tribe, or group. In the context of a family, she's often an older, respected woman who holds significant influence over her relatives, guiding them with her wisdom, experience, and enduring care. When we celebrate Mother's Day, we're honoring the matriarchs of our own family, expressing our gratitude for the roles they play in shaping our lives and holding our families together. The word matriarch comes from the Latin mater, which means mother, and the Greek suffix arch, derived from archean, meaning to rule or to lead. The word matriarch was coined in the early 17th century as a direct female equivalent to the much older word patriarch. Today, the term is not just to describe human societal structures, but also in biology to describe complex animal societies like elephant herds or orcapods, which rely on the wisdom of an older female to survive. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about Mother's Day. Number 1. In the United States, Mother's Day stands as the busiest day of the year in the restaurant industry. According to data from the National Restaurant Association, nearly half of all American adults choose to dine out to celebrate Mother's Day each year. This massive surge in customers requires restaurants to prepare weeks in advance by ordering extra inventory and scheduling maximum staff. Breakfast, brunch, and dinner services all see a big spike, making it crucial to secure reservations well ahead of time. Treating mothers to a prepared meal has become a quintessential way to give them a well-deserved break from household responsibilities. Beyond just dining out, this holiday generates a massive economic impact across multiple retail sectors. The National Retail Federation consistently reports that consumer spending on Mother's Day reaches well over $30 billion annually. A significant portion of this budget is dedicated to special outings, electronics, jewelry, and personalized gifts. And here's a little bonus fact. The busyness of Mother's Day isn't just limited to restaurants and stores. Phone traffic also spikes to record levels. Telecommunications networks consistently report that more phone calls are placed on Mother's Day than any other holiday throughout the year. Millions of people who live far away pick up the phone to deliver their well wishes, resulting in a big surge in domestic and international call volumes. Number 2. The official flower of Mother's Day is the carnation. When Anna Jarvis organized the very first official Mother's Day service in 1908, she distributed hundreds of white carnations to the congregation. She selected this flower because it had been her mother's favorite, and she felt its shape and resilience perfectly represented a mother's pure, enduring love. A unique aspect of carnations is they don't drop their petals as they die. Instead, they hug them tightly to the center, which Jarvis famously likened to a mother embracing her children. This beautiful piece of symbolism quickly caught on and became the standard floral emblem of the holiday. As the holiday expanded across the country, the floral industry introduced a color coded tradition that still remains popular today. People began wearing red or pink carnations pinned to their clothing to indicate that their mothers were still around. Conversely, individuals would wear white carnations as a respectful tribute to a mother who had passed away. It was a simple visual cue that allowed people in the community to share their appreciation and grief collectively, making the carnation a beautiful and powerful communicative tool. Number 3. The conceptual roots of a day honoring mothers go all the way back to ancient Greece and Rome with their spring festivals. Thousands of years before modern commercial holidays existed, ancient civilizations held elaborate spring festivals dedicated to maternal goddesses. The ancient Greeks hosted annual spring celebrations to honor Rhea, whom they believed to be the mother of all major deities. Similarly, the ancient Romans celebrated a massive spring festival called Hilaria, which was dedicated to the prominent mother goddess named Cybele. These historic events typically involved feasting, parades, and offerings meant to celebrate fertility and maternal creation. Over the centuries, these ancient pagan traditions eventually evolved and merged with early Christian practices in Europe. This resulted in the creation of Mothering Sunday in the United Kingdom, which originally encouraged people to return to their mother church for a special service during Lent. As people traveled back to their hometowns, it became customary for young apprentices and domestic servants to pick wildflowers to bring home to their actual mothers. Number 4. In 1934, President Franklin D. Roosevelt personally helped to design a special postage stamp to honor mothers of America. As the country grappled with the hardships of the Great Depression, President Roosevelt looked for small ways to boost national morale and celebrate American families. In 1934, he authorized the creation of a special Mother's Day postage stamp and actively participated in sketching its final design. The stamp prominently featured a reproduction of James McNeill Whistler's famous painting, Whistler's Mother, which had recently been exhibited in the United States to great public acclaim. Roosevelt instructed the designers to add a vase of white carnations to the corner of the image, physically connecting the classic artwork to the established floral symbol of the holiday. But the issuance of this stamp wasn't without a bit of artistic controversy in the broader art world. To make the painting fit the required dimensions of the postage stamp, the designers had to severely crop the original artwork, removing the background and focusing entirely on the seated matriarch. Also, the text, "In memory and in honor of the Mothers of America," was superimposed directly over the image. Art purists criticized the alteration of Whistler's masterpiece, but the public generally loved the stamp and the sentiment. It was a massive commercial success. And our fifth and final fun fact for today: Mother's Day is not a universal date on the calendar. Various countries celebrate their maternal figures at completely different times of the year. While the United States celebrates Mother's Day on the second Sunday in May, the international community has really different timelines for the holiday. Throughout much of Eastern Europe and Central Asia, the celebration of mothers is directly tied to International Women's Day on March 8th. In several Middle Eastern countries, including Egypt and Jordan, the holiday is historically celebrated on the vernal equinox to symbolize the arrival of spring and new life. Some nations have deeply specific historic reasons for choosing their designated day of maternal celebration. In Thailand, Mother's Day is celebrated in August to directly coincide with the birthday of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, who is widely regarded as the mother of the nation. Meanwhile, Ethiopia honors motherhood in a multi-day festival called Antrasht, which takes place in the fall as soon as the rainy season concludes. Families gather at large feasts with traditional recipes showing celebrating mothers is a kind of universal cultural value, even if we do it at different times and in different ways. Now for some news you can use. If you want to honor the original spirit of Anna Jarvis's vision for Mother's Day, skipping store-bought gifts in favor of something homemade is the perfect way to go. Homemade gifts require your time and attention, which are often the most valuable things you can give. Here are some practical and heartfelt homemade gift options you might want to consider for the matriarch in your life. One way to go is a memory jar. Find a clean mason jar or decorative box and fill it with dozens of small slips of paper. On each slip, write down a specific, special memory you share with your mother. A funny joke she always told, a specific reason why you're grateful for her, or something special she did that really impacted you. This gift acts as a sustained emotional boost. Instead of a fleeting moment of gratitude on a single Sunday, she can pull out a new slip of paper from the jar whenever she needs a quick reminder of how much she's loved. Along similar lines, you might consider creating something like an annotated family recipe collection. Gather all of her most famous recipes or the dishes passed down from her own mother and compile them into a beautifully bound notebook or custom photo book. You could take it a step further by writing small personal notes next to each recipe, like the soup that always made me feel better when I was sick, or the dessert we would always fight over at Thanksgiving. These recipe collections can be priceless for memories because food is so deeply personal, tied to traditions, and it's a multi-sensory experience, so it really grabs people in a way that few other things do. By organizing and annotating her recipes, you're validating the hard work she put into caring for you over the years while preserving your family's culinary history in a permanent physical heirloom. It shows an incredible amount of thoughtfulness that goes far beyond picking up a standard bouquet of flowers at the grocery store. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked, could it be true that Anna Jarvis, the woman who founded Mother's Day in America, actually spent the later years of her life campaigning to abolish it? Well, that's a fact. Anna Jarvis envisioned Mother's Day as a quiet, deeply personal day meant for writing handwritten letters of appreciation to the woman who raised you. But as the holiday exploded in popularity, she was horrified by its rapid commercialization. She felt buying pre-printed greeting cards and overpriced boxes of candy was a poor substitute for handmade gifts that required time, thought, and genuine affection. She was disgusted by industries profiting off the day and spent her life savings organizing boycotts, threatening lawsuits against florists, and famously getting arrested in 1925 for protesting at a confectioner's convention. She fought until her dying day to return the holiday to its sentimental roots. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about Mother's Day with me today. Be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.